I work at house farms or house dairy. I do a lot of everything and a little of this and a little of that.
I've worked here at House Dairy for 20 years and Dr. Pohl has been the veterinarian here for that long.
Having Doc Pohl for a vet is amusing. It'll always put a smile on your face.
Certain things do stick out in your mind. A few years ago, I had knee surgery. After I got back to work, Dr. Pohl comes in and gives me a big hug and says how happy he was that I was able to be back at work again.
One memory I do have of Dr. Pohl was we had a cow with a twisted uterus that was calving, and it was middle of winter, and he always strips down to his waist, and he was bare-skinned, and it was freezing cold out, and I just couldn't understand how he could be out doing that.
Going to be a quickie.
He'll put everything into it.
When Dr. Pohl comes, I expect that things are going to be better when he leaves. He always asks what I've done so far.
Clean, good, and everything.
And if I've been doing what he'd recommend, he always says I've done a good job, so that's always nice to hear.
This last winter that we had was terrible. Colder and more snow than we've seen in quite a long time. We had to have Doc Pohl come out because we had a calf that got frostbite on its legs and its ears when it was born in the night. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything to do to save it, and we had to have it put down.
It's always a help when Dr. Pohl comes to look at our animals that are sick, because we know that we do everything that we can for them, and just because it doesn't always work out, at least we tried.
It breaks your heart. There are days when he comes, it's sad, but it's humane.
In times of stress, it's always important to have someone who can help you with problems that come up on the farm, as Dr. Pohl helps us all the time. We're kind of attached to the animals a little bit, I guess. So it's nice to have Dr. Pohl's professional opinion to help us through those situations.
As bad and cold and miserable as this winter was, anytime that we called Doc Pohl, he made it. He'd be here every time, and he's a great vet, and we appreciate everything that he does.